Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's my guy knows a guy from NBA betting today. It is another live stream. It's Wednesday, March 2nd. Sorry for the delay. I had a chance to actually leave my home today. Had a lot of errands, so a bit late, a bit behind. But I'm here to share another pick. Here to keep the good times rolling. Let's attack the NBA schedule once again. I appreciate everyone for showing some love yesterday and on Twitter as well. I see all the kind messages. We're doing pretty well right now. Let's try to just stay as consistent as possible, and and just keep our energy as even as possible as well. Don't bet it all on the next game. Today, I'm actually betting a bit light. I'm not really a fan of the slate on the point spreads. Had a couple of leans on totals, but decided to stay away from the markets. But I will share one half unit bet that I did play today. Just want to recap some of the live stream results over the last few days. You can see things are going pretty well. We're betting on some of these games have been pretty sweaty, but we've been on the right side of most of these outcomes, and we're going to try to keep it going. The Boston Celtics, they clamped down in the second half without Jaylen Brown. I really do think that if Jaylen Brown did not get hurt, I do hope he recovers quickly, but I do think that if he didn't get hurt, that game would have been really, really ugly. It was a bit sweaty at the end. The Hawks, they just couldn't make shots, but all credit due to the Boston Celtics and their coaching staff. Shout out to everyone in the chat as well. I'll be here briefly, and once again, try to help the video get as many likes as possible. Shout out to everyone that came through on Twitter Spaces last night as well. It was a really good session, and a lot of good information was shared. Join us again later on today at 6 p.m. Eastern on Twitter Spaces. Come through and hear some props analysis, picks analysis from some other sharp minds, very sharp minds as well. Let's keep the good times rolling. So today, my bet comes in the matchup. My bet comes in the matchup between the Utah Jazz and the Houston Rockets. The Utah Jazz are a team that I have circled similarly to the group of the teams that we've been picking over the last few days as a team that I think will be ascendant and will be playing their best basketball heading into the playoff run. I do believe that the pieces on this roster. You look at the injury report. 2/3 of the season it was not clean. They've had stretches without Donovan Mitchell. They've had stretches without Mike Conley. They've had stretches without Rudy Gobert. A critical stretch where their defense fell off precipitously. They're going up against a Houston Rockets team tonight that is on a 10-game losing streak on the second night of a back-to-back as well. This is a game that I really wanted to attack at minus 11.5 last night. I was looking at the number and I slept on it, woke up, a lot of the value was gone. If the spread was still minus 11.5, I would be on full unit bet for the Jazz. But for now, just because of the style of play and how bad the Rockets are in a no rest situation, they are 1-7-1 ATS in a small sample size of 9 games on the second night of a back to back. I believe the Utah Jazz are going to run it up today. I think this game could be double digits at halftime, but I've taken the full game spread minus 13.5. You look at some of the quotes coming out of the locker room from the Utah Jazz. It was a sweaty game against the Phoenix Suns. We were on the right side. We had the Utah Jazz. The Suns have a formidable defense. The Jazz offense looked great that day. I believe they're going to turn it on once again. But something that's very telling to me is right after the game, like he wasn't even trying to praise the team or anything about the Suns game. As soon as the game was done, Donovan Mitchell said, "We have to beat Utah. I mean, we have to beat Houston. We have to beat Houston, the Rockets, on Wednesday. Like, we can't take our foot off the gas pedal. Do we want to be a championship team, or are we going to take our foot off the gas pedal?" I'm slightly paraphrasing there, but those are the sorts of positive comments that you want to hear from a team after a big win. You don't want any sense of complacency. This is a very, very large point spread. It's tough to stomach, but this is a Houston Rockets organization that is completely bought into tanking and slowing down the pace in the second half. Look at their shooting metrics in the second half. It's ridiculous. This team is shooting 56% from the free throw line over the last 3 games, and it's crazy because you look at the starting five, you see they do have a couple of pieces where they should be more competitive than they are, but this team just doesn't want to win. I like the Utah Jazz minus 13.5 to cover today, and it's a half unit bet for me. So that's a smaller bet than normal. I should probably put that in the note as well. I'll actually do that right now. Yeah, Utah Jazz minus 13.5, half unit. Hopefully it doesn't get sweaty. This game may present live betting opportunities as well if the Rockets are competitive at the half. Just notice the second half flips in their games. But for me, yeah, the Rockets they're going down tonight. That's what I bet on. And let's keep it going, everyone. Check me out on Twitter at MyGuyKnowsAGuy. Claim the free $50 bet in the video description below if you're watching the video from outside the US, and help the video get as many likes as possible. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed as well. And we'll be back on Twitter Spaces later on around 6 p.m. Eastern tonight with some other minds to talk about the rest of the schedule. And who knows what happens in the NBA news cycle. Something could pop up between now and then. But other than that, enjoy your day, everyone, and I'll see you later.